What is up? What is up? How we all doing? What's going on, guys? Hello and welcome on in. Excuse me. Oh man, that was bad. That was really bad. Yeah. So let's make this a full screen and let's put this up. Okay, there we go. And yeah. Hi guys, how are y'all doing? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. If you're new to my channel, well, let me give you a little rundown as to what we call over here. So we do 76ers basketball, and we got a big game tomorrow. We do Phillies baseball. We also do Flyers, and we do Patriots stuff as well. But Sixers and Phillies have been what's really keeping us busy for, a lot of time. Snowman, Jeff, everybody else, a Firebox, man, like, y'all are the best. I really appreciate you all for coming on here. What's good, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. The Phillies are taking on the Colorado Rockies in Game 2 of this 3-game set. And yes, so it'll be interesting to see what happens because we got some big storylines to get into, man. We got JT Realmuto apparently is only going to be out for tonight. He injured his right pinky when he was trying to dive into third base in last night's game. And he seems, the x-rays came back negative, which is a really good thing. And then we got Ranger Suarez making his debut today. And that'll be awesome to see how he does out there. I know that it's not a hitter-friendly ballpark that he's pitching at, but it would be really nice to see how he's able to bounce back. Yes, so let's get to your messages, guys. Man, Bryce Harper, yeah, they have some stats on him. Let's see what you guys have to say. Where did I get my Phillies background? I downloaded it. But I was able to do like a little virtual background. So I got it off of Google. But don't tell Google that. No, I'm kidding. But yes, I love seeing your channel grow, my man. Snowman, I have to email you, my guy. We have to set something up. We definitely have to do we have to do an interview, and we got to do a game sometime pretty soon. I want to wait till Sixer season is done though before we start doing anything like that. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but that's going to be big. I got to wait and see what happens tomorrow, but I definitely would love to collaborate with you for sure. Let's go Phillies. Somebody said that okay, there it is, Danny V. Got the Phillies at -1.5 tonight, so they have to win by at least 2. They can get it done. I mean, out of all the teams, they can definitely get this done. What am I expecting tonight? Okay, so my keys for tonight's game. Ranger needs to go. He needs to go 4 or 5 innings. When I look at how he's been doing throughout his rehab, he's getting better and better every time he's out there on the bump. I would be very impressed if he goes 5 innings today and only allows like 1 run. I think that is a fair assessment. If he gives up 2 or 3, that's fine. But I would like to see him go out there and give you a quality start today. That's my expectation in regards to that. The bats got to continue to hit. The offense came to life in the 7th and then the 8th inning. That was nice to see. But now you have to make sure that you're getting other people involved and you're getting on base and you're driving in runs when they matter. So run production is going to be a big thing. Coming into the series, I said that the Phillies have to sweep the Rockies. You know what I'm saying? So that's literally how I feel right now. This Rockies team, I mean, give them credit because before last night's game, they won 4 out of their last 5 games. And they did really well against Pittsburgh. But the Phillies, this is a test for them. You know what I'm saying? So let's just hope that they get the job done tonight. Oh, you're doing Sunday night baseball tomorrow after I spend my Mother's Day with my wife, but definitely, let me see really quickly before we get into this, but definitely want you to tune in, JJ. Got to learn from you and get my full game chops back. Hey, honestly, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm learning from you, my guy. I've been listening to like some of your some of your football casts and everything. I haven't really done a whole lot of football, and I want to really get into it this year. But I've been taking some notes for sure. And Danny, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. All right, so the starting lineups are out. We're just about ready to get started. All right, so for the Phillies, they will have Bryson Stott leading things off. He's over at second base. Trey Turner's batting second at shortstop. Bryce Harper batting third. He's the DH. Nick Castellanos out in right field. Kyle Schwarber, and then Alec Boehm, Brandon Marsh, Cody Clemens. He gets the start over at first base today, as Edmundo Sosa has the day off. And Garrett Stubbs, once again behind the plate. JT Realmuto, hopefully, according to Rob Thomson, should be back by tomorrow. So, yes. So, once again, it's Stott, Turner, Harper, Castellanos, Schwarber, Boehm, Marsh, Clemens, and Stubbs for the Phillies. And, well, who are they going to be facing, JJ? Who is on the bump for the Colorado Rockies? Well, that's a really good question, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's Ryan Feltner. Okay, this dude is 2-2 on the season. He's pitched in 33 2/3 of an inning. He has a 5.08 ERA, 33 strikeouts in those 33 innings, and also has only allowed 21 walks on the season. Here's Bryson Stott leading things off. The first pitch was inside. He's hitting .276 on the season, 2 homers and 12 RBI. He had the day off yesterday, and they 1-0. That's taken on the inside corner for a called strike. The Rockies are in their white and green uniforms. I guess that they're throwback uniforms. But they look really cool. The 1-1. There's a ground ball over to first base, fielded on a hop by C.J. Cron, and he wins the race to the bag, and there's one gone in the top of the first. Rockies coming into today, they're 16-23 on the season. And meanwhile, well, the Phillies, they're 19-19. Gabe, thanks for coming on here, my guy. Appreciate it. Everybody, go subscribe to the Snowman. Go subscribe to Gabe's channel, Control the Freak, and also go subscribe to NYG Jeffy's channel and the Hardcore Sports Network. No balls, one strike to Trey Turner. And the pitch, just on the outside corner, taken for a called strike, according to Jordan Baker, behind the plate. Feltner likes to go to his slider a lot, as he went with the changeup that time, and it's a 0-2 count. One out in the top of the first. The Phillies, well, they took the first game of the series last night, and they did a pretty good job at not allowing a lot of runs, and Craig Kimbrell came in to close the door. The 0-2, up high for a ball. They would end up winning by a score of 6-3, and they scored a lot of runs when it mattered the most. And that's something that this team hasn't necessarily done on a night in and on a night out basis. 1-2 pitch, just a little bit outside. It was a slider at 89 miles per hour. Well, in the first to the third inning, Feltner has a 3 ERA, but when it comes to this season, when he pitches in the fourth to the sixth inning, he has an 8 ERA. It skyrockets. The 2-2. A sinking fastball that was outside for ball 3. And Bryce Harper does wait on deck for the Phils. 67 degrees Fahrenheit here at Coors Field. That's the temperature. The payoff pitch outside for ball 4, and Trey Turner, who hasn't really walked a whole lot this season, only gets a 1-out walk. And they say that walks can be a pitcher's worst nightmare if they issue a couple of them. And that was a good take by Trey Turner and a really good plate appearance. Oh, here's Bryce Harper, who had a big 2-run double in last night's game. That was in the 8th inning. That would give the Phillies a 5-3 lead. He's up now, 1 out, and Turner's over at first. And the inside pitch, the throw over to second base, is not in time to get Trey Turner. The pitch was way inside, and Elias Diaz, who's behind the plate tonight, had to make a throw, and Trey Turner just beat it by a mile. Turner got a really good jump, just slid with his right foot first, and was able to get on with ease. So he's in scoring position, 1 out, and now a runner over at second. The 1-0 is way up high for ball 2. That was a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Bryce is hitting .344 this season, 1 home run and now 3 RBI. The 2-0 up high again. That time it was a slider by Feltner. Three balls, no strikes, 1 out, and we're here in the top of the first. Turner's over at second, and the pitch just on the upper third part of the strike zone. A 93-mile-per-hour fastball that just caught the plaque. Philly fans have been traveling very well, and they've been filling up the stadium. It's been a pretty good crowd over the last couple of games. The 3-1. Outside and high again for ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Feltner. And, well, the best hitter on the team, Nick Castellanos, will be stepping into the batter's box. Batting cleanup in tonight's game. So Feltner was able to get a ground out by Bryson Stott over to first base. That was the first out of the inning. And then he walked Trey Turner and Bryce Harper. So Castellanos is up, and there's runners over at first and second with 1 out in the top of the first. We're scoreless so far. And the first pitch, ground ball right through the hole into left field. Trey Turner's rounding third base, and he's going to come in to score. And that's an RBI single by Nick Castellanos, and the Phillies are up 1-0. I kind of hesitated a little bit because I figured that Trey Turner was rounding third base, but I couldn't see from the camera angle because they weren't showing it. But Bryce Harper does go into second base safely. And there's an RBI single by Nick Castellanos. And that is the first hit on the day for the Phils. And Kyle Schwarber comes up into the batter's box. Schwarber hitting .188 this season. He did have a big 2-run home run in last night's game, and the first pitch is taken on the upper third part of the strike zone, a slider at 87 miles per hour. So the Phillies are up 1-0. Schwarber does have 9 homers and 18 RBI this season. Harper takes a lead off at second. Castellanos takes a lead off at first in the 0-1. That's up high and outside for a ball. So Feltner has 18 pitches so far. As I mentioned, he has a 3 ERA throughout the first 3 innings. And then just skyrockets all the way to an 8. The 1-1 in the dirt, a slider at 82 miles per hour. Feltner hasn't faced the Phillies that much. 2-1, way inside, a sinking fastball at 94 miles per hour. Well, I hate to sound like a broken record, but the back-to-back walks have really hurt Feltner in this inning. The 3-1 pitch. Inside again for ball 4, and that'll load the bases, and Kyle Schwarber gets on with a walk himself. Harper goes over to third. Castellanos will go over to second base, and Schwarber gets rewarded, and he'll be at first. And now Diaz wants to go out there to calm Feltner down as Alec Bohm steps into the batter's box. I'm planning to upgrade my play-by-play equip. How much was your headset? To be honest with you, I actually got this as a graduation gift from last year from a cousin of mine, and I've been really fortunate in that sense. So I got some really good quality headsets, but yeah, I don't know. This was an awesome graduation gift. All right, so Alec Boehm is coming up to the plate. There's bases loaded. 1 out in the top of the first. Kobe. What's up, Kobe? Thanks for coming on here, my guy. I'll get to your comment in just a sec. Alec Boehm is up, and the first pitch. It's right at the knees. It looked like it was a little bit low according to StatCast, but Jordan Baker's eyes said something else. Boehm has not hit a grand slam in his career. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. I stand corrected. He ruled the first pitch as a ball, but it looked like he made a signal. But they say it was a ball, so it's a 1-1 count. And the pitch. That time it's taken right at the knees for a called strike. That makes it a 1-2 count. The 25th pitch by Feltner coming right up. He's issued 3 walks, and he gave up an RBI single. It's been the only hit so far by Nick Castellanos. The 1-2 pitch. That's sliced foul, and it goes out of play. You do a great job announcing. Some of these guys on YouTube talk about some nonsense. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I've been wanting to, as the great Scott Fransky said to me, just got to get reps. Fransky, the radio play-by-play announcer for the Phillies. The 1-2. It's fouled back once again. It's a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. But, I've been wanting to call games and just do this for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to see how Suarez does, Kobe. I think he'll do good today. The 1-2 pitch to Boehm. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. And Harper comes in to score. Rounding third base is Nick Castellanos. The throw to home plate is cut off by the second baseman. And a 2-run single by Alec Boehm. Schwarber goes into second base safely. That ball went right up the middle. It was a ground ball, and it went right through the hole in between Trejo and Tavar. And that's a 2-run single by Bowman that gives the Phillies a 3-0 lead. This was just a fastball right down the middle, and Boehm was actually able to get it right past Trejo. Trejo made a diving stop, and he tried to put his full body out there, but he was just a little bit late. And now the 7th man to come up to plate, Brandon Marsh, is up. And the first pitch, he takes inside and high for a ball. So Schwarber's over at second base, and over at first is Alec Boehm. Phillies have scored 3 runs so far in the first. The 1-0 pitch to Marsh, that's outside for ball 2. A sinking fastball at 95 miles per hour. Marsh and Bryson Stott were in the top 5 in batting average for the league, but they have fallen off a little bit. They've cooled off, I should say. 2-0. That's inside for ball 3. As far as the crew chief goes for today, Jordan Baker's behind the plate. Ryan Wills is over at first base. Ben May is the second base umpire, and Jeff Nelson. Seen a lot of him. He is over at third base tonight. The 3-0 delivery. Down low for ball 4, and that'll load the bases once again for the Phillies. Bases are juiced, and there's still 1 out in the top of the first. That is now the 4th walk that has been issued by Feltner. It has been a rough start for him. He's wearing his golden chain necklace. But I don't think that's brought him some good luck so far. Cody Clemens comes up with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the first pitch, that was a fastball down Broad Street at 94 miles per hour. Peter Lambert is now warming up in the bullpen for Colorado. 32 pitches by Feltner so far. Bases loaded, 1 out. And the Phillies have a 3-0 lead in the top of the first inning. The 0-1. It's fouled back over towards the first base dugout. There's Cody Clemens, who has 3 homers, 5 RBI, and his average is 152, but it's gone up a lot since the beginning of the season. The 0-2. Outside and high, a changeup at 84 miles per hour. So the defensive lineup for the Rockies, well, Diaz is behind the plate. On the mound is Feltner. It's 1-2 strikes. We'll get to the rest of the lineup in just a sec. And the 1-2. Ground ball over to first base. And Cron's going to win the race to the bag, but coming in to score on the RBI ground out is Kyle Schwarber, and everybody moves from station to station. So the Phillies have a 4-0 lead on the RBI ground out by Cody Clemens, and that puts runners at second and third with 2 outs now. And Stubbs is now going to be the 9th man to come up to the plate. So once again, as I was mentioning, Diaz is behind the plate. Cron's over at first base. Trejo over at second. Over at third base is Ryan McMahon. And at shortstop is Ezequiel Tovar. 1 no strikes to Garrett Stubbs. Profar is out in left field. And out in center field is Brenton Doyle today. And in right field is Randall Grichuk, as Chris Bryant is the DH. 1-0. Check swing. They appeal no swing as the pitch was up high. Stott waits on deck. The 1-1. That is just a little bit outside by a hair. A 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Stubbs getting the start tonight for JT Realmuto, who injured his pinky, but Rob Thomson said that he should be good to go for tomorrow as the x-rays came back negative. The 2-1. That is taken for a high strike, an 88-mile-per-hour slider. He injured his pinky by trying to extend a double into a triple in last night's game. That would actually be the first Phillies hit that they were able to get. And then he would stay in the game, but then he noticed that the pinky was just swelling. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Phillies are up 4-0. They have runners over at second and third in the bottom of the first, or in the top of the first, I should say. And the 2-2. Ground ball over to second base, fielded on a hop by Trejo, and the throw over to first is in time for out number 3. But the Phillies, they get 2 hits, but they send all 9 of their batters up, and we go to the bottom of the first as they're able to manufacture 4 runs, and Ranger Suarez is going to take the rubber for the Phillies in his 2023 MLB debut. Let's see how he does in his first inning of work when we come back. Nice. Well, it worked. It worked. That was a pretty good inning. He didn't really have to do a whole lot of hitting, but hey, we'll take it. We get 4 runs. 2021 Ranger Danger. I like that. That sounds really good. If you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to like. Do not forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell icon too, so that way you know when I either A, go live, or B, when I upload. Lately, we've been doing Phillies, and we're going to continue to do Phillies throughout the season. And we've been doing Sixers. That's been the 2 main teams that we've been doing for a little bit. But we also do Patriots content as well. We'll be doing football once the football season starts, and hopefully we do some hockey games too, because that would be really cool, and we'll do some Flyers content. But we also do podcasts for them as well. It's just Phillies and Sixers have been taking up a lot of time, for sure. So yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon as well. Don't forget to join the Discord server. Also, if you want to follow me on all my social media platforms, make sure that you head into the description down below this video and you click on the LINKTREE. And you can follow me on all my social media platforms. All right, let's get into the lineup for the Rockies now. And also feel free to come on here and comment down below in the chat, man. Always love seeing what you guys have to say. So here we go. Jurickson Profar will be leading things off. Chris Bryant is the DH. And Elias Diaz batting third as the first pitch is taken in there for a called strike. So then we got C.J. Cron over at first base batting cleanup. Randall Grichuk out in right field. Ryan McMahon over at third base. Ezequiel Tovar batting seventh over at shortstop. And Alan Trejo at second base. and then Brenton Doyle will wrap things up batting ninth. So here we are. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes as Ranger Suarez is on the bump for the Phillies. He's making his 2023 debut. Last season, he started in 29 games. And the 1-2 pitch. It's a ground ball over to third base. Alpone fields it on a hop, throws over to first, and just gets Profar out by a step. And there is the first out recorded by Ranger Suarez here in 2023. It was a pretty good pitch, too. So Chris Bryant is coming up. He's the designated hitter in tonight's game. So Suarez, as I was saying, has started in 29 games last season. He had a 10-7 record, had 129 strikeouts in 155 innings. And the first pitch he throws to Bryant is at the knee, is a sinking fastball for a called strike. He also had 58 walks issued last season. The 1-0 pitch is at the knees for a called strike. It's a 1-1 count. Don't know if I clarified that. And the pitch. It's fouled back towards the screen. It was a cutter at 89 miles per hour. Oh, as Rob Thomson likes to put it, he liked using Ranger Suarez as a Swiss Army knife. A guy that can be a starting pitcher or come out of the bullpen. The 1-2. Down low. A changeup at 84 miles per hour. And I think that when you look at the roster from top to bottom for the Phillies, they have some more of those types of guys. 2-2. Ground ball over to first base, fielded on a hop. Cody Clemens gets right over to the bag, over towards his left side, and wins the race for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Suarez went to his sinker a lot last season, and his second most used pitch was his changeup. And then he went to his four-seam fastball. He did have a cutter, a curveball, and a slider, but he barely used the slider last season. But those 6 pitches, man, if he locates them all correctly, he can help this team in a lot of ways. First pitch to Diaz is outside for a ball. Elias Diaz, 18 RBI this season, 3 homers, and he has a .330 batting average, which does lead the Rockies team. The 1-0, swing and a miss. So Charlie Blackmon has the night off. He DH'd in last night's game, and Chris Bryant is the DH in tonight's game. Bud Black, the manager for the Colorado Rockies. The 1-1. It's fouled back once again. Nobody on. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Phillies have a 4-0 lead in Denver, Colorado. They were able to win last night's game by a score of 6-3. They handled their business. The 1-2 pitch. Outside and low. It was a curveball at 73 miles per hour, and I think it just slipped out of the hands of Ranger. He didn't get the best grip of the baseball, it looked like. But he'll go at it again. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-2 pitch. Line drive out to right field. Castellanos won't get there, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. And there's a 2-out opposite field single by Elias Diaz. He continues to be a hitting machine for the Rockies. Looked like it was a curveball that was supposed to break down a little bit and be a little bit more inside, but missed its spot, but it's going to happen some of the time. Now it's just about trying to get out of it. CJ Cron is up. The former LA Angel himself. First pitch he sees, he takes it right on the inside corner. Over at first base is Diaz. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the pitch. And that time it was a little bit inside. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. We have a runner on over at first base. Suarez looks back, and the pitch. In the dirt, a changeup at 83 miles per hour by Ranger Suarez. It's interesting because Suarez was part of the international draft. The Phillies were able to get his rights. It wasn't a part of the actual MLB draft. The 2-1. It's fouled back over towards the third base dugout. So that makes the count 2-2. Waiting on deck is Randall Grichuk. Boy, I remember when he was on the St. Louis Cardinals, like it was yesterday. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Ranger Suarez gets his first strikeout here in 2023. No runs, 1 man left. And we go to the top of the second inning. The Phillies are up 4-0 in Denver, Colorado. There we go. Nice. All right, let's update this. Let's go Phillies. What's up, Reserve? I appreciate you for coming on here, man. If you guys are tuning in on Facebook, on Twitch, or on Twitter Live, don't forget to leave me a review down below. We cover all Phillies games, and we do Sixers content as well. So if you enjoy that stuff, I encourage you all to not only just follow me on those social media platforms, but to also subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I hope you're all having a lovely Saturday night. And, yeah, I don't know. Today was a pretty nice day. Well, maybe not weather-wise, but it was good. Not too bad. Nothing really too much new with me. Love to hear from you guys, though, and see how you all are enjoying your Saturday and what you guys have to say. Let's refresh this page. Okay. There we go. Great. One sec. Ready. Here we go. Top of the second inning. And we flip the lineup card. Bryson Stott will lead things off for the Phillies as they sent all 9 of their men to come up in the first inning. And the first pitch is taken over the middle of the plate for a called strike. 40 pitches in the first inning by Feltner. The 0-1. It's fouled back. And Bryson Stott he had a really good cut on the swing, but he was just a little bit late. The ball's 2 strikes in the pitch. Curveball in the dirt at 80 miles per hour. So Rob Thomson has really shaken the lineup up over the last week or so. The 1-2. That was in the dirt once again. A changeup at 80 miles per hour. So that is a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Rob had Bryson Stott leading off for a while. As the 2-2 pitch is grounded over to shortstop, backhanded over by the shortstop to throw over the first is in plenty of time for out number 1. Tavar was able to make the play on the run for a ground out. And ever since Bryce Harper came back, he decided to go with Kyle Schwarber at the top of the lineup for a little bit. Last night he had Trey Turner leading off. And now Bryson Stott, as he had the night off yesterday, he's leading things off once again. And here's Trey Turner, who walked in his first plate appearance, and he swings and misses at the high fastball at 94 miles per hour. He also stole a base as well. Can't forget to mention that, and scored a run on the RBI single by Castellanos. The 0-1. It was a 95 mile per hour fastball that Turner just got a little piece of. He fouls it off and makes the count 0-2. Feltner in the stretch and the pitch. Up high for ball 1. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Ryan Feltner winds up and delivers the 1-2. There's a fly ball out to left field. That's going back to the warning track and making the leaping catch, almost losing his footing, was Jurickson Profar. He almost misread that and almost lost it too, but ended up leaping and almost crashing into the wall. And Turner is out. That'll be ruled as a fly out. Took that one for a little ride. Thought maybe he had enough to get it on out of here, but was not able to do so, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 2nd inning. First pitch to Bryce Harper. There's a line drive out to right center field. That's going to split the gap, but it'll be fielded by Brenton Doyle. Harper trying to extend a single into a double, and he's safe. He is safe. The throw had him beat, and the tag by Alan Trejo was not in time. How about that? They might want to take a look at this. I had no idea he was going to extend a single into a double. That is a close play. The second base umpire, Ben May, says that he was safe and Bryce Harper is feeling himself. And I guess that they're going to rule it as a double. But man, that was a very risky play. But Harper was able to get on, and he was able to extend the single into a double. Here's Nick Castellanos. And the first pitch, he takes it down low for a ball. Let's see this again. He lost his batting helmet. From that angle, it looks like he was out. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss to Nick Castellanos. I can't believe that he decided to go into second base on that play. I mean, it was just a routine ground. It was a line drive hit back up to right center field. Doyle did a good job of getting over there, but it was routine play. The 1-1 pitch, line drive, and it's ricocheted off at the back of Feltner. And Feltner is down. Castellanos goes into first base as it was picked up over at first by C.J. Cron, and he is down flat on his belly. And Castellanos is taking a knee. Man, that is a scary sight. The exit velocity on that, I wonder what that was, but he is down for sure. There's a couple of trainers out, and Bud Black is there as well. There's runners at the corners now. That was a hot shot that was hit right back towards Feltner, and he tried to get out of the way. Castellanos hit it flat on his, his right? His right shoulder. The back of his right shoulder. Yikes. When those comebackers are coming at you, that certainly will leave a mark. Trainers are still out there, as Feltner has not gotten up just yet. He's sitting up, though, which is a good sign. He's talking to 2 of the trainers. The home plate umpire, Jordan Baker, is out there as well, along with Diaz. But, man, Feltner just took a comebacker that hit him right on the back of the right shoulder. And he's going to be, they're not going to lift him off by cart. They're going to see if he's okay to walk off, as he's standing up right now with the two trainers, and he's going to certainly come out of the game. He's walking all right. He puts his right hand around one of the trainers, and man, he's coming out, and he gets a standing ovation from the crowd. That has to be unbelievably painful. So he's coming out of the game, and we have a pitching change here already in the top of the second inning, and we'll be right back. That is terrible. I don't know if you saw that in real time, but that was crazy. Wild stuff. Hopefully he's all right. Got 17 people on here. If you guys are new to my channel, I hope that you're all doing well, and I would love it if you guys are tuning in for the first time to join the JJ family and come in and subscribe, man. We do Phillies games, and we do Sixers games as well. El Solo, man, I appreciate you for coming on, dude. So for those of you that don't know, El Solo was actually found me on Facebook, and he found me on Facebook, and I told him, as I always say to people, to come on over to YouTube and join the fun, and he was one of the first people to do that. So, and he's such a great guy, and he's been supporting the channel for quite a while. So make sure that you subscribe to his channel and, give him some love, because he's been a big part of the JJ family for sure. So it's pretty cool. So they're going to rule it as a single, obviously, by Castellanos. That ball was skyrocketed off of Feltner's right shoulder. Yikes. We're going to take the hat off. Screw it. Absolutely great content, JJ. I appreciate the love. Yeah, dude. I appreciate, vice versa, Oh, man. How's everybody's Saturday going? Today is Saturday, right? Yeah, it is Saturday. What are you guys doing for Mother's Day tomorrow? If you guys want to share, comment down below. And, yeah. I'd like to know what you all have plans, or what you all have planned for, unless your mom is on here, if you have a parent. But, yeah. All right, so Castellanos got on with an infield single, and now there's runners over at the corners with 2 outs. Kyle Schwarber is due up for the Phillies. We're still here in the top of the second inning. The Phillies are up 4-0. And we have a new pitcher coming in for Ryan Feltner, as the runners over at first and third are his responsibility. So it's Peter Lambert, who has only played in 1 game this season. Pitched in 2 1/3 of an inning. He had 4 strikeouts and 1 walk allowed. Lambert has been one of the guys that the Rockies have gone to like in the past, for sure. He's 26 years old. Just had a birthday on April 18th. The outing that he first pitched on was back on Wednesday. That was against the Pittsburgh Pirates. He had a really good outing. So we got runners at the corners with 2 outs. Kyle Schwarber comes up. He was one of the 4 people that walked in the first inning. And he was able to also get a run scored on the 2-run single, or on the RBI single, or the RBI ground out by Cody Clemens. My mistake. Lambert gets the signs, and the first pitch is taken a little bit outside, a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch. There's a little dribbler over towards the pitcher. It's bobbled, but Lambert will win the race to the bag as it was hit over towards the first base bag, and that's going to do it. No runs, 2 men left, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. The Phillies are still up 4-0. It was really a ground ball that was hit back towards the mound, and Lambert bobbled it, but it actually went over towards the first base line, and he ended up winning the race to the bag as well. That was really what happened. Oh boy, I see we just got a subscriber. If you just subscribe to my channel, feel free. Don't put any pressure on yourself. Don't do that. But I'd like to know if you subscribe, so shout yourself out. I don't always get the notifications, but definitely shout yourself out if you would like to. And then I'll shout you out. Work. That's what we've been up to. Work. Oh, work is tomorrow. Oh boy. Working on Mother's Day. Oof. Huh. What do you do, if you don't mind me asking? Let's take a sip of water while we can. Okay. Nice. We got 24 loyal people on here. It's nice, man. It's pretty sick. We're definitely growing the family, and I couldn't be any more proud about that. I work at Ocean Casino in AC. That is really wild because I was in Ocean County today. I went to Ocean, oh my gosh. I went to the high school today. Why am I blanking out? Ocean City High School. I always get confused. Ocean County High School, Ocean City High School. That's what it was. And I filmed a lacrosse game. That's pretty nice. All right, well, here is Ranger Suarez going back out there for a second inning of work. The first pitch was inside, and the second pitch is fouled over towards the left field side, and it just goes out of play. So Grichuk is up at the plate. He's hitting .350 this season, Randall Grichuk. Played for the Toronto Blue Jays. Also played with the St. Louis Cardinals as well. Am I missing any other team? I think I hit them both. Grichuk hitting .350 this season, 1 homer and 3 RBI, and the 1-1. There's a rocket out to left field. That's going to go all the way down towards the wall, and Kyle Schwarber is going to just eat that one up and throw it to the cutoff man, and there's a leadoff double by Randall Grichuk. There we go. I'm going to miss the first inning from now on. Larry. Oh, man. That is funny. You're funny, my guy. That's hilarious. All right, so leadoff double by Randall Grichuk to start off the bottom of the second. And the first pitch to Ryan McMahon. He comes up, and the first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. McMahon is batting .213 on the season. Did a 3-run home run earlier this season against the Phillies. The 0-1. comebacker right over the Ranger Suarez, and, well, Grichuk is now caught into a rundown. And Turner will end up tagging them out between second base and third base, and that's going to go down as a fielder's choice. Ground out, and there is one gone. I mean, there's really not much that he could have done there because with the way that it was hit, it was a ground ball back up the middle, and Suarez, with the way that he's been fielding throughout the last 3 years, he's just so athletic on the bump. One gone. And the first pitch to Tovar is outside for a ball. Ezequiel Tovar, 2 homers and 17 RBI on the season. And the 1-0. Line drive out to left center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Marsh is going to get over there. And going over to third base is McMahon. And there's runners at the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the second. There's another pitch right down the middle. And Ezequiel Tovar, he's been hitting the ball pretty solid lately for the Rockies. He's done a pretty good job. Alan Trejo comes up. He has 9 RBI on the season. Runners at the corners, 1 out in the bottom of the second. And the first pitch, it's fouled back towards the backstop. So Ranger has 27 pitches so far in 1 1/3 of an inning. Had a really good season last year. And in 2021, too. The 0-1. Line drive out to right field. Castellanos on the run will make the catch. Tagging up from third base and coming in to score is Ryan McMahon. And there's a sacrifice fly delivered by Alan Trejo. And that puts the Rockies on the board. It's 4-1 Philadelphia. That was a bullet hit out to right field, and Castellanos was pretty much right there. He only had to make a couple of steps to go over towards his right, and there was no chance that McMahon was going to be out at the plate. Brenton Doyle steps into the batter's box. Throw back over to first base, though, is not in time to get Trejo. So Brenton Doyle is 24 years old. He has a birthday tomorrow, actually. He'll be 25. First pitch is grounded foul towards the third base line. Yeah, he'll be 25 tomorrow. He's from Warrenton, Virginia. Wonder how far that is in retrospect to Lynchburg. The 0-1. It's taken right below the knees for a ball. Steven. What's up, Steven? Thanks for coming on here, my guy. Great to see you picking up subscribers, hoping that you might hit 400 by Memorial Day. And then we'll see. We just want to get more people to join the JJ family. The 1-1. It's fouled back towards the screen, and it makes it a 1-2 count. Be really cool. But as long as we keep growing the family, that's all that matters, you know? Hopefully tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of people tomorrow. That's like literally all on my mind right now, besides the game. The 1-2 pitch. Outside for ball 2. All right, so there's a runner over at first base. It's 4-1 Philadelphia. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Doyle. Profar waits on deck. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Suarez gets set, kicks, deals, and the pitch is fouled back towards the screen. Doyle putting up a pretty good at-bat here. Doyle is 8 for 37 this season. He has 2 extra base hits. 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? They appeal over at first base. Ryan Will said, yes, he did. And the Phillies get out of the inning But an RBI sacrifice fly was hit by Alan Trejo, and that puts the Rockies on the board. 1 run, 1 man left, and we go to the top of the third. The Phillies are up 4-1. That's strikeout number 2 by Ranger Suarez. Cool. Though I can't say I much care for the T-shirt tonight. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hey, we're facing you in week 1, man. Week 1. How about that? That'll be pretty insane. Hey, at least I'll have the Philly people, the people that love Philly on. But they're gonna have to they're gonna have to hear it from another, from a Patriots perspective. I did not even realize that. That is funny. I forgot we play you guys week 1. I don't hate the Eagles. I just never grew up as an Eagles fan. But I don't hate them. I respect what Howie Roseman's been able to do. Not just with surrounding Jalen Hurts with the right pieces, but the way that they fixed the whole Carson Wentz situation and got all those picks from the Colts, man, that helped them out in a lot of ways. So Howie Roseman and the Eagles, say what you want, but they have a pretty good organization. Eagles fans will not like you. It's fine. I don't care. As long as, honestly, I don't even care if Patriots fans don't like me. Or Boston fans. Because I love my team. I got to support them. All right, Alec Bohm comes up to the plate. And the first pitch is grounded over to shortstop. The throw over to first is in time by Trejo. And there's one gone. Already in the top of the third. There's Ruben Amaro Jr. I don't know if he's a professor now at Rowan or not. He was supposed to be a professor. I remember when I actually spoke to him for the first time. And he actually, I'll get to the story in a second. As Brandon Marsh is up at the plate, and the first pitch he takes right down the middle for a called strike. I met him through a Zoom call because I was taking a class at Rowan, and I got to meet him as one of the guests for our class. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on the miss for strike 2 to Brandon Marsh on a changeup at 86 miles per hour. And the first time, he had to postpone the meeting because he had an interview for being the Angels GM. The 0-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. And there's 2 outs in the top of the third. And he was actually one of the finalists, to be in the conversation of, being the GM for the Angels, but it was just out of nowhere. He was supposed to come in, and then about a day before he was supposed to talk to us on Zoom, he got that call, and then I talked to him. We talked to him about a month later. So, he's a nice guy. 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch to Cody Clemens is taken at the knees for a called strike. So Peter Lambert is still out there on the bump for his second inning of work. Came on in relief for Ryan Feltner, who left the game with a right shoulder injury. The 1-1 that is taken right at the knees for a called strike. Nobody on, 2 outs. In the top of the third, Cody Clemens will call for time as it's a 1-2 count. And the pitch clock will reset. Phillies scored 4 runs in the first off of Feltner as they give up 4 walks and an RBI single to Castellanos, a 2-run single to Bohm, and an RBI ground out to Clemens. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a slider that was out of the strike zone, and there's a 1-2-3 inning picked up by Peter Lambert. And we go to the bottom of the third. Phillies are up 4-1 here in Denver, Colorado at Coors Field. We'll be right back. Okay. Here we go. They'll be throwing batteries at the TV screen. It's okay. I'm surrounded by Vikings fans due to my job in Minnesota. They're still salty. I mean, to be honest with you, first of all, I'll get to your comment in a sec. If you guys are new to my channel, okay, I want to make sure that I welcome you all in with open arms because we call Sixers games, we call Phillies games, and we're trying to grow the family on here, and create a special community on here. So if you guys are new to my channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell icon too, so that way you know when I either upload or whenever I go live. We do a lot of casts on here as well. We got a big Sixers game tomorrow, and that is what's really been on my mind. But you guys should definitely tune in for sure. Let's see. I'm surrounded by Vikings fans. Due to my job in Minnesota, they're still salty about crushing them in the NFC. I don't know what to say, man. Justin Jefferson's a good player, but you took Justin Jefferson from the Eagles, and the Eagles do not like that. You know what I'm saying? He teaches how to be below 500 for 10 years. Say what you want. I mean, it never worked out for Ruben Amaro. It wasn't all his fault, but yeah. I mean, he was put into a tough situation. But say what you want, but he's been an analyst, he's been a bat boy, he's been a manager. The only thing that he hasn't done for the game of baseball is coach, which is really wild. All right, Jurickson Profar is up, and he grounds that one right past the third base bag, and it goes out into left field. Schwarber will let it go to the wall, and the throw over to second base is not in time, and Profar gets in with a leadoff double. And there is a leadoff double by Jurickson Profar. Here we go to start off the third inning. It was right down the third base line. There was no chance that Bohm was going to get over there. And it went all the way out into left field. I didn't realize that there was a little window out in left field and that somebody could peek into there. Learn something new every day. Chris Bryant comes up. In the first pitch, he swings and misses at the changeup at 81 miles per hour. So Bryant is batting .304 on the season. He has 5 homers and 13 RBI. Signed a big contract with the Colorado Rockies a couple years ago. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that makes the count an 0-2 count. Suarez has already gone 2 innings. He's allowed 1 run, and he has 2 strikeouts so far. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Suarez in the stretch and the pitch. Laid off by Chris Bryant, and he takes that one for a ball. Bryant is now 31 years old. Was born in Las Vegas, Nevada. Went 2 for 4 in last night's game against the Phillies. And in 4 out of his last 5 games, he has had at least 2 hits. 1-2. That's outside and high for a ball 2. Bryant spent his first 6 seasons with the Chicago Cubs as the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. And that is now 3 strikeouts by Ranger Suarez. And he's able to get the first out of the inning. Then he got traded to the Giants back towards the trade deadline. And while he's playing in his 2nd season with the Colorado Rockies. First pitch. That's outside for a ball to Elias Diaz. Yeah, dude, Ranger is dealing with the pitch clock for the first time. Yep. He's doing pretty good so far. That was never really an issue with him before. You know? 1-0. It's sliced out to center field. Marsh on the run. He'll make the catch, though, as it stayed up there. And plenty of time for him to get over there. And Profar goes back into second base. And there's 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Suarez, I think he dodged a bullet there. As it was lined out to center field, and pitch was a fastball right down the center of the plate. Marsh read it perfectly, and that will be recorded as a line out to center field. Once again, the Rockies are in their green and white uniforms. Cron is wearing a green batting glove on his right hand and a white one on his left hand. First pitch, swung on and missed for a strike. Cron is batting .229 this season, but he continues to get a lot of RBI. The 0-1 way outside, a changeup at 81 miles per hour, and Stubbs had to get right onto his feet into a standing position. Suarez has 45 pitches in 2 2/3 of an inning so far. Phillies scored all 4 of their runs in the first inning. And the Phillies have given them quite a cushion. The 1-1. Outside for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Outside and high, a cutter at 87 miles per hour on the gun. Cron is 3 home runs and 14 RBI with runners in scoring position. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Line drive out to left field. That's going to go all the way towards the wall. Profar will easily come in to score. Schwarber's throw over to second base is not in time as C.J. Cron slides in there safely. He got his left foot in there first, and that's an RBI double by C.J. Cron. There's still 2 outs in the bottom of the third, but Cron gets on with a double. It was another hanging fastball that was right into the wheelhouse of C.J. Cron. He's a pretty good bat speed, gotta tell you. C.J. Cron was a target for the Phillies last season, potentially at the trade deadline. There were a lot of rumors surrounding that maybe he would get traded to the Phillies. And, well, the Phillies, I wonder if they'll be in the discussions for that this season towards the trade deadline. Because Rhys Hoskins, depending on if he hasn't been ruled out for the season just yet. There was a timeout on the mound. So there was a conversation with all the infielders and Garrett Stubbs and Ranger Suarez as they went over to the mound, and now the conversation's over. It's 4-2. Rockies have cut the lead in half. And the first pitch to Randall Grichuk is outside for a ball. What do you honestly think the Sixers' chances are tomorrow or against Miami if they make it? I'll get to that in a sec. 1 ball, no strikes in the pitch. It's on the inside corner for a called strike. I said on my podcast today, if you guys haven't done that, if you guys haven't checked it out, you should definitely go do that. I posted a podcast today about my thoughts on the Sixers because I'm really nervous about tomorrow, and you can hear me vent about all my thoughts on there. But in a nutshell, it's a coin flip. The 1-1. It's taken on the inside corner for a called strike. The Superstars have to ball out tomorrow, and there has to be at least 1 role player that shows up. And that's pretty much what I have to say. It's a 50-50 chance. I can't definitively say that Boston's going to win or that Philly's going to win. Phillies can win, or that the Sixers can win. And the Sixers can win. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. That's outside and low for a ball. Two balls, 2 strikes to Grichuk, and the pitch. Laid off. And Garrett Stubbs did a good job at keeping it in front of him and got into a standing position to try to see if the runner from second, Jurickson Profar, was going to take a quick lead off of the bag. But that makes it a full count now. 4-2 Phillies, bottom of the third. 2 outs. Payoff pitch coming right up to Randal Grichuk. And here it is. Inside for ball 4. Did I just say Profar was over at second base? I meant to say that it was C.J. Cron. So there is another 2-out walk issued by Ranger Suarez. That's actually his first walk that he's issued today. But another walk issued by issued in this game. Here's Ryan McMahon. He's been hitting really well against the Phillies in the first pitch. He just takes it down low. They don't appeal the check swing, and it's a 1 ball, no strike count. Yeah, Larry, exactly. A lot is on the line for tomorrow. A 1-0. There's a fly ball out to center field. This could drop in for a hit. Marsh comes in, tries to make the diving catch, and he just missed it. And we have a runner coming in to score from second base, and well, now we have runners over at it's going to be an RBI double. That's going to be what it's scored as. Ryan McMahon gets on with an RBI bloop double. And C.J. Cron scores. It's now 4-3 Phillies. That was just a little bit of bad luck. Ranger had the right idea of throwing the breaking ball, and Marsh just missed the catch. I mean, the ball hit the grass, and he tried to get the glove on it, and was just not able to get over there. If it was maybe a split second later, I think he would have had it. But Suarez is now having a conversation with Caleb Cotham. We have runners over at second and third. The Phillies are up 4-3, but the Rockies have scored 2 runs in this bottom of the third inning. Connor Broughton is now warming up in the bullpen for the Fightins. And Jordan Baker is going to break up the conversation on the bump. Every time I see Jordan Baker, I keep thinking of All-American. The coach's son, Jordan Baker. That is a really cool show, by the way. I love All-American. I haven't really watched a whole lot of TV lately. Even though sports is TV, I guess. But yeah. That is a good show. First pitch to Tavar. Swung on and missed on a curveball that was outside and low. Ezequiel Tavar singled back in the second inning. It's 4-3 Phillies. McMahon over at second base. Over at third is Grichuk. The 0-1. Popped foul back behind the plate. It was a changeup at 84 miles per hour. On deck is Alan Trejo. Suarez is 58 pitches in 2 2/3 of an inning. He's only allowed 1 walk, 6 hits, though, and 3 strikeouts. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it. But the Rockies do get 2 back, thanks to an RBI single by C.J. Cron and an RBI bloop double by Ryan McMahon. And we go to the top of the fourth. It is 4-3 Philadelphia. I'm going to take a very quick step off. I will be right back in just a few moments. Alrighty, here we go. Here we go, baby. Rangers ERA swinging wildly up and down with each out/run, small sample size. Yeah, it's good to see him back out there. That's already a W in my book, and maybe it's a moral victory, but I'm just happy that he's back out there on the bump. And he looked really good fielding-wise. You know, he started off pretty good, and I think that we have to kind of take baby steps with him, you know. Garrett Stubbs will lead things off. It will be 9-1-2 leading off the fourth inning. Stubbs grounded out back in the first. His 1 RBI on the season. He's wearing his blue and white batting gloves. And batting on the left side, the 0-1 in the dirt for a ball. Caleb Cotham is talking things over with Ranger Suarez in the dugout. Caleb has been doing a really good job as the pitching coach for the Phillies. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on a changeup at 85 miles per hour. So Peter Lambert, forgot to mention, is back out there for his third inning of work. Came on in relief for Ryan Feltner, who left the game with a right shoulder injury. The 1-2, swing and a miss. And Lambert gets his third strikeout recorded. And Stubbs goes down. And that's now 3 strikeouts in a row by Lambert. He's in cruise control now. And we'll flip the lineup card, and Bryson Stott will come up with 1 out. First pitch to Stott. He lines that one out to right field. That's going back, and it will be a fair ball down the right field line. Grichuk fields it on the hop off the wall, and Bryson Stott gets in there safely at second base with a stand-up 1-out double. It was a really good piece of hitting. And he had a little bat flip as well. That's what you want to see out of your leadoff hitter. Took that one for a ride. Was right down the middle and was able to just keep it fair as it landed right in front of the 350-foot mark sign. Out in right field. All right, so Trey Turner comes up, and the first pitch, he takes that one right down Broad Street for a called strike. A slider at 88 miles per hour. Turner walked in the first, scored a run, and also stole a base back in that first inning. And Turner doesn't walk too much. The 0-1. It's outside and low for a ball. Lambert on the bump, still for the Rockies. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Just below the knees. A slider at 87 miles per hour. I remember when I was really young and I was watching the Colorado Rockies. I remember Todd Helton, Troy Tulowitzki, and Carlos Gonzalez and Matt Holliday. 2-1. Ground ball back up the middle, gobbled up by the shortstop. Tavar throws over to first in plenty of time. And Stott will go over to third base with 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Rockies had a really good lineup. But Matt Holliday, when they traded him to St. Louis, Carlos Gonzalez was like their top prospect at the time. And injuries played a really big part in Troy Tulowitzki and Carlos Gonzalez's career. First pitch to Bryce Harper. It's fouled down the first base line. And I also remember Brad Hawpe, too. Brad Hawpe had a really good series against the Phillies back in the division series. And Todd Helton did, too. That was back in 2007. No balls, 1 strike to Bryce Harper. And the pitch. It's fouled back towards the third base dugout. And that one will find the seats. Trevor Story got a lot of comparisons to Troy Tulowitzki when he was here with the Rockies. Now he's on the injured list, though, for the Boston Red Sox. Hopefully he'll be back soon. No balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Harper. Time is called on the bump. Ubaldo Jimenez. That's right. 2009 Ubaldo Jimenez. The 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? They appeal no swing. Yeah, like a one-season wonder. Yeah. Larry Walker. I was not around watching Larry Walker. But Ubaldo Jimenez, I caught that. For sure. He's been, the 1-2 in the dirt for ball 2. Roy Oswalt played for the Colorado Rockies. Roy Oswalt had a really good career overall. I loved it when he was a part of the 4 aces with the Phillies. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Harper. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout delivered by Peter Lambert. He has struck out 4 out of the 5 batters that he's faced today. And the Phillies cannot get another run home, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 4-3 Philadelphia. Four out of the last 6 batters, I should have said, but that's okay. 4 out of the last 6 batters. Larry Walker, yeah, I missed Larry Walker. Huh. If you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell icon too, so that way you know when I either upload for a Phillies cast or for a Sixers game. We'll be going on tomorrow for Game 7, man. That's been the only thing that's on my mind, and to be honest with you, I am trying to save my energy and my stamina for that game tomorrow, because that game is probably going to take a lot out of me emotionally. And, I'm excited. But yes. Halladay, Lee, Oswalt, Hamels. Yep, I don't know if I still have the 4 Aces shirt, but I used to wear that all the time when I was in middle school. I loved that shirt so much. Yep. Bro, Cliff Lee was such a great pitcher. And he's going to go down as one of those really good pitchers that's not going to get into the Hall of Fame. Injuries were such a big is de facto the right word? Let's see, what does de facto mean? Maybe I'm just making up something. Because I tend to do that sometimes. Yeah, they were a pretty big de facto. Yep. There you go, Jason. Extending your vocabulary. That's what we do when we're broadcasting. I like that. Yeah, they played a big factor throughout his career. All right. Ranger's out there for his 4th inning of work. He has 60 pitches. The 1-0 to Alan Trejo is a grounded foul down the third base line. Phillies, what's up? Thanks for coming on here. I appreciate it, man. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Ground ball, comebacker, right back over to Ranger Suarez, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. For out number 1. Ball wasn't really hit that sharply, but that'll go down as a 1-3 putout. Ranger is just so athletic. It's Aiden. That's funny. That is really funny, my guy. You got me on that. Did you do that just to josh around with me? That's funny. Oh man. Brendan Doyle's up. There's one out and nobody on in the bottom of the fourth. Last night's game was going by really quickly. Larry said it was about 2 hours and 10 minutes last night. Well, tonight, it's been a different story. The 1-1. Ground ball over to Trey Turner. Turner fields it on the hop, throws over to first in time for out number 2. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the fourth. Also get more likes on my comments. That's cool. All right, so Jerickson Profar's up. The first pitch is outside for a ball. Profar today's 1 for 2. Suarez has 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth, the 1-0. Check swing, did he go? They don't even appeal, and Jordan Baker says that he did not go. Chris Bryant does wait on deck. Jerickson Profar, I didn't realize this, but he's now 30 years old. 1-1. It's lined out to right center field. That's going to split the gap and go all the way towards the wall. Hits right towards the Raython Technology sign. And Profar can still fly, and he gets on with another double. Another opposite field base hit by Jerickson Profar, and that's exactly why he is batting leadoff. There's another pitch that ended up going back towards the middle. Some of the pitches, it's I think it's just about timing, and it's about, just getting out there on the bump a little bit more. But some of the pitches are hanging. And those pitches are what's killing Ranger Suarez right now. Chris Bryant's up. The tying run is over at second base, and Bryant himself is representing the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the fourth. Phillies up 4-3, 2 outs. A runner over at second. That's Jerickson Profar in the 1-0 pitch. It's fouled back. Fouled back. So Profar started off his career back in 2012. He was drafted by the Texas Rangers, and he spent 6 seasons with them, then played for Oakland 1 season, and then spent 3 years with the San Diego Padres. The 1-1. It's in the dirt for ball 2. He had 2 20-homer seasons. I don't remember that. But he did. One was with the Rangers, and the other one was with the Oakland A's. 2 balls, 1 strike to Chris Bryant. And the pitch. That's flied out to left field. Schwarber, his former teammate, is on the run, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. No runs, 1 man left, and we go to the top of the 5th. The Phillies lead 4-3 at Coors Field. F7. All right. Again, in case you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe. This is Play by Play with JJ. We go on for Phillies cast, we go on for Sixers cast as well. Patriots and Flyers too. Can't forget about those 2 teams as well. But Sixers and Phillies have been keeping us very, very busy. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit the bell icon too, so that way you know when I upload. So Rob Thomson, Larry said that JT had a little bit of swelling last night, and there wasn't as much swelling today, and that he should be good to go tomorrow. The X-rays came back negative. He got tested after the game, and that was a very good sign. But yes, he should be back tomorrow, according to Rob Thomson. That's what he said during the pregame show. So, yes. All right. How many people we have on here, man? We got 30 people. Holy moly. 30 people. I'm sure that not all 30 of you have subscribed to Play by Play with JJ. You guys should definitely do that. If you love my content, if you like listening to me, talk about a game, call it like it is, give you the facts, make sure you subscribe, man. That's what you got to do. I give you this content for free. We've been doing this for about 4 months, and I'd appreciate the love and the support, man. Just a broadcaster out here in South Jersey, trying to, take a chance on myself, and we want to grow the family. All right. Now Castellanos is up at the plate as we start off the top of the fifth. Castellanos has singled twice, and he scored a run as well. The 0-1. Inside for a ball. Connor Brogdon warming up in the bullpen. Peter Lambert is still on the bump for the Rockies. 1 ball, 1 strike in the pitch. It's a little chopper, but it's fouled by the third base dugout. So Peter Lambert had his first outing back in Pittsburgh. That was back on Wednesday for the Rockies. He went 2 1/3 of an inning. He had 4 strikeouts, only allowed 1 walk. This is his 3rd season with the Rockies. He's been a good go-to guy for them. The 1-2 to Castellanos. That's lined out to right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Another opposite field single by Nick Castellanos. He is just continuing to hit the ball really well. He had a single back up the middle, a single to left field, and now a single to right field. Just shoots it the other way. It went well over the head of C.J. Cron. And there's a leadoff single by Nick Castellanos here in the top of the 5th inning. Kyle Schwarber, who homered in last night's game, is up at the plate. He's 0 for 1 today, but he did walk in his first plate appearance. And the first pitch is outside and high for a ball. Thomson decided to go with a lefty-righty lineup. Stott batting lefty, Turner righty, Harper lefty, Castellanos righty, Schwarber lefty, and Bohm righty. And then Marsh lefty, Clemens lefty, and Garrett Stubbs lefty. 2 balls, no strikes to Kyle Schwarber. On this beautiful night, 67 degrees out at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. 2-0 pitch. That's outside for ball 3. Heard that Bud Black was spotted wearing a Nikola Jokic jersey. Rooting for the Denver Nuggets, obviously, in the playoffs as they take on the LA Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. 3-0 pitch. Fly ball out to left field. Carries a little bit, but Profar takes a couple steps back towards the warning track, and he'll make the catch for the first out. He had a good throw over to second base. Trejo had to field that one in front of him, and Castellanos still is over at first base. So Schwarber does fly out to left field. And now Bohm is due up now for the Phils. Bohm had a 2-run single back in the 4-run first inning. And he's 1 for 2 today. Larry, I think you were right about the first inning. It worked. The ball's 1 strike as the first pitch in this at-bat was fouled back. Bohm wearing his red batting gloves. Pretty bright. The ball's 1 strike, and the pitch way inside and high for a ball. I've been very fortunate because I've only had to, I don't want to jinx myself here, but I've only had to use my scorecard 1 time for extra innings this season. And not too many times where the lineup or were more than 9 men come up to the plate. I haven't had a messy scorecard. It's been pretty nice. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alec Bohm. Some of the games that I did for colleges, like the scorecards would just get so messy. Maybe I'll log off for an inning and see if it works. Larry, stay. But no, I understand what you're saying. That's why I was laughing. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alec Bohm. And the pitch by Lambert way outside. Oh, man, Diaz did a good job at just showing off his reflexes. And that makes it a 2-2 count. Don't forget, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Also, spread the word around if you know somebody that loves Phillies baseball as much as I do, or Sixers basketball as much as I do. Make sure that you like and make sure that you tell them about me. 2-2. It's fouled back over towards the third base dugout. Bohm is up. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the 5th. Phillies lead 4-3. And there's a runner over at first base. That's Nick Castellanos, who led the inning off with a single. Schwarber did fly out to left field to get the first out of the inning. What's up, LT? Thanks for coming on, dude. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. It's fouled back once again. That time the pitch was inside and high. It could have, if Bohm took that one, it would have been tough to tell if it would have been a ball. But give Bohm credit because he's been fighting off in this at-bat. 3 foul balls on 6 pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lambert in the stretch. Lines up and delivers. And Bohm lines that one out down the right field line. If it's a fair ball, that's going to be a double, and it's just foul. That easily would have been a double. And Castellanos will have to go back over to first base as he was getting his exercise. See how much it was, but foul. Nope. Yep. Just about a couple feet or so foul. 39 pitches by Peter Lambert. How about the Kansas City Royals and Milwaukee Brewers? The game is tied 3-3 in the top of the 9th with 2 outs. Royals are up to bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. Another foul ball by Alec Bohm as he fouls that one back towards the seats behind the plate again. We also have the Astros taking on the Chicago White Sox as the White Sox lead 3-1. That's going to the top of the 9th inning, so this will be the last chance for the Astros. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bohm. Phillies up 4-3 with 1 out and a runner over at first. And the 2-2 fouled back again. That's now the 5th foul ball in this at-bat. Bryce Harper cheering him on and saying, good job, young fella, just to stay alive. And scratch that. That's 6 foul balls. I forgot to count the long foul ball down the right field line. Even though I wasn't a math major. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch in the dirt. And it gets behind Diaz, but not too far away. And Nick Castellanos will stay put over at first base. That makes the count full now, though. Diaz had to take the mask off and find the baseball, but the 11th pitch of the at-bat is coming right up. It's now a full count to Bohm. 6 foul balls and 3 balls. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Bohm. Lambert with a big payoff pitch coming up. Here it is to Bohm. Swing and a miss, and the throw over to second base to get Castellanos is in time. A strikeout, throw him out situation, and that was the worst situation that you could have asked for. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. So Castellanos was out over at second base, and Bohm just struck out. And that'll do it. As we go to the bottom of the 5th, the Phillies are still up 4-3. Wow. Diaz made a really good throw over to second base. He really did. But that is a rally killer. Oof. Boy. That was wild. All right, we're gonna take a very quick step off. We gotta stretch out. We'll be right back. Ready, here we go. To the bottom of the 5th inning. We're just about halfway done this ball game. From a regular game perspective, Connor Brogdon comes in as Ranger Suarez's day is done. Connor this season is 1-0 in 17 games. Over his last 4 games, though, he's pitched in 12 innings and he has 18 strikeouts, and he's only allowed 1 earned run. And the first victim that he'll have to face is Elias Diaz. So he is 3-4-5 that he has to face here in this bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0. Ground ball over to third base, gobbled up by Bohm. The throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 1. So Bohm ended the last inning. He worked up a 12-pitch at bat and struck out. But then Castellanos was running on the full count and was caught at second base on the strikeout throw him out by Elias Diaz. So there's 1 gone now in the bottom of the 5th inning. C.J. Cron is up. He has 19 RBIs on the season. Just got that tonight on the RBI double back in the 3rd. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a 95-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball. And that'll make the count 0-2. Connor Brogdon has been really doing a good job of controlling that fastball. The 0-2. It was 95 on the gun, but it was just a little bit up high. One ball, 2 strikes in the pitch. It's fouled back towards the screen. Rockies coming into today, they're 16-23. They took the series against the Pittsburgh Pirates, but then they lost last night's game against the Phillies in this opener. 1-2. Lined out to left field. Schwarber just walks over to a spot and he'll make the catch. Took about 3 steps over towards his right. Had a little jog. It wasn't really, him walking there, but it was just a slow jog and he was able to make the catch. Route number 2. Brogdon, I think, got away with that pitch as it was a fastball right down the middle, and Cron was not too late on that. Randall Grichuk is due up now. It's a 0-1 count as he took the first pitch for a called strike. The 0-1. Foul back towards the screen. Grichuk is 1 for 1 today, but he's gotten on base twice. He doubled back in the 2nd and walked in the 3rd. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Connor Brogdon gets a 1-2-3 inning as we go to the top of the 6th inning. The Phillies are up 4-3. No runs, no men left. And we go to the top of the 6th. The Phillies up 4-3. All right. How many people we got on here now? How many loyal JJ fans do we got on here? We got 25 people. Nice. That makes me very, very happy. Let's refresh the page. 25 awesome people. Whew. Ugh. Are we all still alive? Are we all still here? I'm just so ready for tomorrow. William, what's up, man? I'm betting on the Phillies to win. I mean, the bullpen's been really good. It would just be really nice to see the bats start doing some more damage. But, Will, thanks for coming on here, my guy. And thank you for tuning in and joining us. I meant to say joining, but I mixed up the words joining and tuning with juning. And speaking of juning, well, hopefully Kyle Schwarber, even though he homered in last night's game, will be juning home runs pretty soon. Because June is his hot month. That was a really bad transition. That was I don't know. Do you call that a dad joke for baseball? I don't know. I don't know what you call that, but that was pretty bad. Come on, JJ. Brandon Marsh is due up now for the Phillies. The 7, 8, and 9 are coming up for the Fightins to lead off the 6th inning. Brent Suter is in the pitch for Peter Lambert. And Suter in 15 games, he's gone 23 innings. He has a 1.17 ERA. The first pitch he throws is a fastball right down the middle to Brandon Marsh. The 0-1. Another four-seam fastball down the middle as well. Actually, it was a little bit more towards the knees. No balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. A slider that was outside and away. Marsh walked in the first. He's 0 for 1 today. 1 ball, 2 strikes in the pitch. Shooter not wasting any time. And the pitch was up high and outside. One thing about the pitch clock itself is that, as I like to say, it's been cutting the fat off of the meat. The 2-2 inside for ball 3. What I mean by that is there's not as much, as my dad would say, dilly-dallying. 3-2. It's lined out to left field, and it's caught by Jurickson Profar. And it's really just been speeding up the action. Gives you more action and less downtime, which was the whole point. So Marsh lines out to left field. There's 1 gone in the top of the 6th. I will say, though, the one thing that I kind of wish was a little bit different, as the first pitch to Cody Clemens was taken on the upper third part of the plate for a called strike. And the 0-1 is outside for a ball. The one thing I wish is that when you have the matchups like Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout, or like those like once in a blue moon matchups, that you get more time for that. The 1-1. Hit back up the middle for a base hit, and Cody Clemens gets on with a 1-out single. And Clemens was able to put that one back up the middle and get himself a base hit. I've always learned, like in broadcasting, that you can't rush a moment. And I feel like if you have those matchups, at those Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout matchups in the 9th inning, the suspense for that is really cool. No balls, 1 strike to Garrett Stubbs. That's the only thing. And the pitch is outside for a ball. Can you imagine, though, if Ryan Howard or Prince Fielder were hitting in today's game without the shift? That's something that I never really thought about till yesterday. The 1-1. It's fouled back over towards the third base dugout. They would be getting on base a lot. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. It's lined out to center field. And on the run is Doyle, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. And Stubbs lines out to center. And there's 2 outs. I'll tell you another hitter that had a lot of shifts on him too was Adam Dunn. I feel like he would hit really well without the shift. All right, Bryson Stott up at the plate, 2 outs and a runner over at first. And the pitch is bunted over towards the third base side. The throw over to first is not in time. And Bryson Stott gets on with a bunt single. And it's funny because last time he bunted, he really struggled. But was able to put that one in play, and that was just a surprise bunt. And he was able to get into a good position. And I gotta tell you, Brent Suter did a good job at just getting off the mound quickly, sliding and barehanding it, and almost had a really good play over to first to get Stott out. But that certainly does help. Phillies will certainly take that. And Stott's now 2 for 4 on the day. Trey Turner is up at the plate now. 2 outs in the top of the 6th, and the first pitch is on the outside corner, a changeup, and Trey does not agree with the call. Dunn was the ultimate there was. Is the ultimate 3 true hitter. The 0-1 pitch. It's grounded over towards second base. It's played on the hop over by Trejo, and the throw over to first is in time for out number 3. No runs. 2 men left, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Phillies are not able to get any more runs home. They scored 4 in the first, and it is a 4-3 lead by Philadelphia. Yeah, Adam Dunn was a true power hitter. Like, when you think of a ball player that could hit baseballs, Adam Dunn was that guy. He really was. But Adam Dunn in today's game without the shift, he'd be hitting a lot better. But he'd probably still strike out a lot because the pitches are in some ways even faster. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Yep, walk, strikeout, or a home run. And it was the same thing with Mark Reynolds, too. He was the same type of guy. But yeah, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon as well so that way you know when I upload or whenever I go live. I appreciate you all for being on here. I want to see how many people we got on the stream. We got 23 people, 23 awesome people. Make sure that you hit the like button. All right, we want to get the algorithm to get more people to come on here. So if you like this up and if you keep subscribing, man, we'll have more people join the JJ family, which is what we want. So, yes. Yep, it was a walk, strikeout, or a home run to Adam Dunn. I'm trying to think of another hitter that I grew up watching that was kind of like that too. I don't know why Carlos Lee came into my head. Who else was like that? Chris Davis, another one, and not the Chris with a K. Even though he struck out a lot, is he playing baseball? Does anybody know if Chris Davis with the K is still playing baseball? That I'm curious about. All right, so Ryan McMahon is up at the plate, and also if you just subscribe to my channel, don't forget to give yourself a shout out if you like. Ryan Howard. Yes. Yeah, I said Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard, Prince Fielder, Adam Dunn. Yep. Here's Ryan McMahon. He's up at the plate. The 0-1. It's taken outside for a ball. Agon. I was just thinking of him, Adrian Gonzalez. Is Adrian Gonzalez a Hall of Famer or not? I know I'm like all over the place. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. So Connor Brogdon still out there on the bump for the Phillies. Adrian Gonzalez had a really good career with San Diego. And he played for the Red Sox and the Dodgers. But I always remembered him in the San Diego days. He was such an explosive hitter. He was the first overall pick of his draft class, too. The 1-2. It's outside and low for ball 2. He may be like one of the best first overall picks of any Major League Baseball draft class. Carlos Correa is up there, though, too. 2-2. It's fouled back towards the screen. And Ken Griffey Jr., he was the first pick of his class. I'm 95% sure. Yep, he was drafted number 1. I was right about that. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch that's outside for ball 4. And Brogdon delivers a changeup that was outside. And there's a leadoff walk to start off the bottom of the 6th. Darryl Strawberry was a legend. Yes, he was. And I think that the guy that was kind of like the Darryl Strawberry of my generation when I grew up watching baseball was Carlos Delgado with the Mets. First pitch to Ezequiel Tovar is popped up to center field, and Marsh will make the catch for out number 1. Carlos Delgado, man, he was a great ball player. But Darryl Strawberry was good too. All right, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Alan Trejo is up. He's 0 for 1 today. He had a sacrifice fly back in the 2nd inning to get the Rockies their first run. The first pitch that's on the inside corner for a called strike. Tell you who else was a really good ball player, Miguel Tejada. The 0-1. It's outside and low for a ball. When I used to play Game Boy, when I was really young, my favorite hitter on Backyard Baseball, one of them was Miguel Tejada. Also Pablo Sanchez, though. Like, that's just such a cool name. The 1-1 pitch. It's grounded foul. Maybe I name my son Pablo. And I'm kidding about that because when I was really young, I loved Carlos Ruiz. He was one of my favorite players. I told my parents that I wanted to name my son Carlos, even though I'm Jewish. The Panda. Yeah, Pablo Sandoval. Pablo Sanchez, Pablo Sandoval. I didn't think about that. That's funny. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McMahon's over at first base. Look at this play. Who was that in the dugout trying to make that? Was that JT? I don't know who that was. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch that's fouled back towards the screen. Oh, boy. Yeah, Pablo Sandoval was cool. Name your son Chooch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. There's a line drive out to left field. That's carrying. It's going back to the warning track, but it's just foul. My gosh. Trejo just missed a home run by a couple of feet. It was just over to the left. Brogdon had a hanging pitch that was left out over the barrel of the plate, and Trejo squared it up pretty well. It was maybe just a tad early. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch by Brogdon. There's a fly ball out to left field. That time Schwarber is underneath it, and I'll make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Oh, I just got a notification from Tinder. It's peak time. You're forgetting I have that. Now the backyard baseball song stuck in my head. Well, the Phillies have a lot of fans out at Coors Field tonight. You can see, obviously you guys can't see, but there's a whole group of people that has a big Phillies towel on them, or a Phillies blanket. It is a Phillies blanket. Looks like a towel. First pitch to Doyle. Is swung on and missed, but the throw over to second base by Stubbs to try to get McMahon is not in time. And McMahon is able to swipe second base. And now the tying run is in scoring position. This is like the opposite of last night's game. Last night's game was so quick, and, well, it's already, what's it gone on? 2 hours already, almost. The 0-1. There's a line drive down the left field line. That is just foul. Man, that hit the left side of the line. Right into the outfield. So it's a 0-2 count to Doyle. McMahon's over at second base. The Phillies are up 4-3 in the bottom of the sixth. Here in Denver, Colorado. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Connor Brogdon is able to get the job done as he strikes out Doyle to end the inning. No runs, 1 man left in scoring position, and that's Ryan McMahon. And we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Phillies are still up 4-3. There we go. All right, let me take this off really quickly. Yeah, man, let's score some runs. I agree with that, man. We got to get some runs home. We really do. Let's take a look at some more scores. Well, actually, before we do that, I want to remind you guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell icon. Help me out. Let's get more people to join the JJ family, man. The only way we do that is if we like it up and sub it up. You know? And if we're not doing that, then we got to suck it up. See what I did there? Yes, maybe. But yes, 37 people on here. I'm a Guardians fan, but growing up, always thought the Phillies were the coolest sports team. Hey, you know why? You know why you thought that they were a cool team? Because Charlie Manuel just happened to be on the Cleveland Guardians. At the time, it was the Indians at the time. And they made the best comeback against Lou Piniella and that Seattle Mariners team. They were down 14-2. That was the greatest comeback in baseball history. And because Charlie Manuel won a World Series with us, that's probably why you became a fan of us. And Jim Thome happened to be on our team too. And Cliff Lee. We had Cliff Lee too from Cleveland. What else do we have? Is that it? Did I nail that one on the head, William? I saw that response. Wow. That's funny. Was I right? Was I? I'd like to know. Yes, you did. Wow. Yeah. We had Jim Thome. We had, I'm trying to think of any other Phillies that we had. I remember Cesar Hernandez played for the Cleveland Indians at the time. But yes, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. All right, so we're here in the top of the 7th inning, and we have 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Phillies. Well, actually, it's 3, 4, and 5. They just came back from break, and Bryce Harper just got out somehow, some way. I missed it. So I do apologize about that, because they just got back from break. The 0-1 to Nick Castellanos is fouled back behind the plate. And it's a 0-2 count. So let's see what happened to Bryce, because now I'm really curious. Castellanos has singled 3 times today, once to left field, once up the middle, and once to right field. This is his 6th 3-hit game that he's had. He only had 8 last season. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch, swing and a miss. And Castellanos goes down once again. Well, that's the first time he's gone down, but Suter's able to get a strikeout once again. And the Rockies' relief pitching has been very stellar so far. Ground out to first. Thank you. Thanks. I was going to look that up. All right, 2 outs. Nobody on. Kyle Schwarber is up at the plate. And he'll take a fastball at the knees for a called strike. Schwarber walked in the first. Scored a run, and that was the only time he got on. The 0-1. Slider that was up high and outside for a ball 1. So the Rockies in their dark green and white uniforms. 1-1. That's down low for a ball. So I have to look this up, and I will. As the 2-1 is taken right on the inside corner for a called strike. Does anybody know what these green and white uniforms signify? Are these like their old time like uniforms? Because I'm really curious. Diaz has the green pads on too. The 2-2. It's skied out to shallow center field. Trejo says he has it, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning by Rockies pitching. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. It is stretch time at Coors Field. The Phillies lead 4-3. Okay, so that was a pop out over to second. So yeah, let's see what these Rockies green and white uniforms. They're sponsored by Nike? Huh. Rockies reveal fresh uniform. The new jerseys are... Oh, these are new! Huh. They're pretty cool. I like them. They have like the little mountains on them too. This is, can you guys see it with the green screen? I don't know if you can. It's a little bit bright. Okay, we're not going to do that. But it looks pretty cool. I never knew that. It's like their new uniforms. Rockies haven't been around long enough to hate or to have throwback uniforms. Yeah, I was gonna say because like they've been like, purple and black and white and purple, but these green uniforms I thought like were different, and I thought that maybe it was like a throwback uniform or something. But no, these are their new uniforms. It's pretty cool. I like them. All right, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is stretch time. Or stretch time will be after the next half inning is done. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey. Graduated from Rowan University last year. And called games for the Wilmington Blue Rocks, who are the minor league high affiliate of the Washington Nationals. And I also called games for the Delaware Bluecoats, who were the NBA G League affiliate of the Philadelphia 76ers. And interned at NFL Films last year, or this past season. And, I've been really focusing on just getting into the field and just calling as many games as possible and building a community and a family of people. People say, oh, JJ, like you want to build a following. No, I want to build a family of people. There's a difference. That's how I feel. Andrew Bellotti is in there. All right. So he will pitch the bottom of the 7th inning as Jurickson Profar will be leading things off. Profar today has doubled twice. He's 2 for 3 today. And the first pitch, he squares at and he pops it up and hits the top of the net. And Garrett Stubbs was able to make the catch, but because it hit the net and he played it on a hop, was able to was able to get a foul ball. It's kind of funny, the way that it bounced off the net. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Outside and low for a ball. If you subscribe, JJ will buy you some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Hey, I don't care if they ever come back. Because it's yours if I do that. A 1-1. It's outside and high. That would be actually kind of cute, though. Like, once I get my 1,000 subscriber, like if I'm doing baseball, there you go. Like, that would be a really cool souvenir, like JJ's Cracker Jacks. There's a Jimmy John's. They have like a little JJ logo like on their hat. I don't think that they sell Cracker Jacks, though. They sell sandwiches. There's a main difference. But, I don't know. That idea came into my head, and it sounds too good to be true. The 3-1 pitch. It's fouled back towards the screen. 93 miles per hour on the gun for Andrew Bellotti, who is in there for the Phillies. Come on, JJ. We have to keep up with who's on. Profar is up at the plate. And the payoff pitch by Bellotti. Swinging a little dribbler down the third base line. It's foul, though. Man, Bellotti was playing with fire because he had less than a second to start his windup with the pitch. Jordan Baker was very lenient with him. Three balls, 2 strikes to Profar. In the bottom of the 7th inning, the Phillies are up 4-3 against the Rockies. They scored all 4 of their runs in the first. The Phillies. 3-2 is fouled back once again. So Andrew Bellotti, 7 pitches in this at-bat so far on this gorgeous night at Coors Field. Man, it is absolutely perfect. The sky is a dark blue. There's not a cloud up there. 3-2. And there's a ground ball over to first base. Cody Clemens will win the race to the bag, and there's 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th. Bellotti hasn't faced the pitch clock much either. Yep, you're right. You're right about that. So Profar grounds out over to first base. That was an 8-pitch at-bat. And there's 1 gone. Chris Bryant is up at the plate. He had 2 hits in last night's game and was 0 for 2 tonight. Ground ball down the third base line. It's just foul, though, as Alec Bohm was able to slide, and if it was fair, it would have been a really good play by him. The wave is going around at Coors Field, trying to keep the fans awake for their Colorado Rockies. No balls, 1 strike. Bellotti gets set, winds up, and delivers. It's popped up, and it goes behind home plate, and it'll find the seats. It'll go to about the 13th row or so, maybe a little bit further behind the plate. On deck is Diaz. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch way up high and inside for a ball. The fans, both of them. Well, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch outside for ball 2. That time, Bellotti went with a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. There's a sign that says Jesus believed in his teammates too. It's interesting. 2-2. It's outside for ball 3. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. It's a full count to Chris Bryant. 3 seconds left now. And the payoff pitch to Bryant. Swing and a miss. A slider that was down low, and Chris Bryant went fishing after it. And Bilotti gets his first strikeout. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th inning. A curveball that had a lot of life to it. And it just disappeared out of the strike zone. Diaz today is 1 for 3. Singled back in the first inning. The first pitch is inside for a ball. Diaz has a slugging percentage of .464 and an OBP at .383. The 1-0. It's taken just below the knees. I'm guessing the Rockies don't pack the house. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a nice stadium. I've always wanted to go to Coors Field. I really have. It's on my bucket list. 2-0. It's outside and low. I mean, really, I want to visit every single MLB ballpark before I disappear from Earth. I do have to do that. But I have time, and, we'll see what happens. 3 balls, no strikes to Diaz. The windup and the pitch by Bilotti. Swing and a miss. How many ballparks have you guys been to? Let me know down below in the comments section. I also have to make sure I collect all 30 of my MLB hats. I think I'm at 18. I have to double check that, though. 3 balls, 1 strike. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. You're in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 outs, nobody on, and the pitch. Fouled right off of the left foot of Diaz. There's definitely a couple of empty seats right behind home plate. It's a pretty good crowd for a Friday night out in Coors Field. I love those seats that are out in dead center field right beyond the bushes. That would be a really cool sight to see, or to sit in those seats. Big payoff pitch coming up. Here it is. Swinging a foul ball down the third base line. And it'll head towards the dugout. Larry, I've been to 3 and none of them exist anymore. Wow. So I'm going to guess Shea Stadium, the Vet, and the Bronx Stadium. What was it called? 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout by Andrew Bilotti. Back-to-back Ks. And we go to the top of the 8th inning. The Phillies are coming back up to bat. They still lead 4-3. Another nice breaking ball that was thrown by Bilotti. Yes, Shea Old Yankee Stadium. And the Vet. That was nice. So Diaz struck out. All right, I'm going to take a very quick step off, but I just want to remind you guys, I encourage you all to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon as well if you enjoy my Phillies cast. We're also going to be going on tomorrow. We got Game 7 of the NBA Eastern Conference semifinals between the Sixers and the Celtics. Even if you're not a basketball fan, I got to tell you, you're probably going to really... And, yeah, we'll see what happens. Been to the bank once. I love Citizens Bank Park. It's awesome. All right, we'll be right back. It's stretch time for me. I'll be right back. Man, we got 40 people on here. What's going on? John, JJ, come on, man. You're a gifted baseball announcer, but please don't ever, ever, ever wear a patch shirt. My guy. I hate to break your heart. I really do. We already called him out for the shirt. No, but like, that's the thing though. The more people I get on here that, that talk about it and don't even hear the conversation, that you know what that means? That means I'm doing my job. That means I'm getting people to come on here. You know what I'm saying? And like, we're bringing up the conversation again. And there we go. We have something to talk about. Oh man, John, thanks for coming on here, dude. I appreciate it. All right, top of the 8th we go. No balls, 1 strike to Alec Bohm, and the first pitch it's taken on the outside corner was a curveball at 81 miles per hour. So we do have a pitching change. I totally forgot to mention that. As Bird is coming in for the Rockies, the 0-2 is outside and low for a ball. So Alec Bohm is up at the plate, leading off the top of the 8th inning. And Bird winds up in the 1-2 pitch. Ball's lifted high and deep out to center field. That's going back to the warning track. It's still playable, and making the catch out in center field is Brenton Doyle for out number 1. Bohm barely missed that. Not by much. So Jake Bird, the Newhall, California native himself, he's 27 years old, stands at 6'3". He is on the rubber for the Colorado Rockies. And the first pitch to Brandon Marsh. Marsh breaks his bat. It's a ground ball over to second base, and the throw over to first by Trejo is just in time to get Marsh. Not by much. And Marsh grounds out to get the second out of the inning. So Bohm flew out to center. Marsh grounded out over to shortstop. There's 2 gone in the top of the 8th. And Cody Clemens is now due up. Oh, man, it's all good and fun, buddy. Of course. Of course. I love it. I love these conversations, It's cool. I don't hate the Eagles, though. I really don't. And I mean that when I say that. Like, I really wasn't mad when the Eagles won and beat us. I was not. The 0-1, swing and a miss. So Clemens went after a breaking ball. Nobody on. 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. The Phillies won Game 1 of this 3-game set yesterday by a score of 6-3. They lead 4-3 in this game, the 0-2. A curveball that was outside and low for a ball. So if you guys are new to my channel, I encourage you all to like and subscribe. We got like 40 people on here, which is awesome. So make sure that you do that for sure if you enjoy my content. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. There's a line drive out to left field. That's going to go all the way towards the wall. Cody Clemens has a little bit of speed, jerks him profile, gets over to it, and Clemens gets on with a 2-out double. He took that one the opposite way, hit a rocket right past Ryan McMahon, and, he's able to get in standing over at second. That was pretty big. Garrett Stubbs is now coming up to the plate. It was a outside pitch. Well, it hit the outside corner of the plate. It looked like it was a slider. And it was just left hanging a little bit. Clemens is over at second. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. The Phillies could definitely use an insurance run here, and Garrett Stubbs is caught looking at the first pitch. It was a curveball that just found its way back inside the strike zone for a called strike on the outside corner. Jake Bird gets set. Looks back at second, and the 0-1. Another curveball. That time it was a little bit more over the plate, but it was still towards the outside corner. And that makes it an 0-2 count. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-2 pitch, outside and low, a curveball that was nowhere near the strike zone. And if you just subscribe to my channel, also don't forget to give yourself a shout out, and I will shout you out for sure, because I don't always get the notifications on my YouTube channel. So I apologize. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Line drive down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Clemens rounding third will come in the score, and it's an RBI single by Garrett Stubbs. Clemens comes in, he high-fives Trey Turner, and the Phillies lead it 5-3. That was another nice piece of hitting by Garrett Stubbs. It looked like it was the same pitch that Cody Clemens drilled out to left field. Now, actually, that was a little bit more towards the middle of the plate. But still, nonetheless, it was a great piece of hitting. And Bryson Stott takes the first pitch inside and low, and it gets away Bastias. And going into second base on the wild pitch is Garrett Stubbs. 2 outs, and now a runner's over at second base. Stubbs coming into today with runners in scoring position was 1 for 2 on the season. But now he's 2 for 3. Dave, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Dave, man. Dave just became our 365th subscriber. We haven't done this for 365 days just yet. It's only been for 4 months. How many days is that? Like 48, 49 days? It's probably been a little bit more than that. I don't know. But yes, thank you, Dave. I totally appreciate it, my guy. If you guys are new to my channel, please make sure that you like and subscribe, man. You don't want to miss out on this content. If you love the Phillies as much as I do, if you love the Sixers as much as I do, what are you waiting for? 1 ball, no strikes to Bryson Stott. And the windup and the pitch by Bird. It's down low for ball 2. So Stott is 2 for 4 today. He got on with a bunt single his last time up. That was back in the 6th, and he also doubled in the 4th. He's batting leadoff today. 2-0. It's taken on the upper third part of the strike zone for a called strike. Yeah, we had 40 people in the chat, Larry. I saw that. So that's great. Doing our job, man. Building the community and the family. 2-1. It's a little dribbler over towards the first base bag. Crone, as soon as he fielded it, he was able to touch the bag, and they're going to rule it as a foul ball. Huh. Stubbs thought it was the 3rd out, and he was going over towards the dugout, and well, he was a little bit confused as well. So it's a 2-2 count. The Phillies are up 5-3. They just added an insurance run on an RBI single by Garrett Stubbs. It would score Cody Clemens. Oh, my gosh. Come on. Slow down your words. Give me a break. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. It's fouled back once again. That time it was a curveball at 82 miles per hour. Alrighty. Jake Bird still on the bump. He has 18 pitches so far in this inning. And the 2-2. A little dribbler back up the middle. And it's fielded on a hop. And the throw over to first is in time. And they just get Bryson Stott out by half a step. Stott thought that he was safe. And Rob Thomson saying, hold your horses. And are they going to challenge it? They will not. All right, so that's going to do it in the top of the 8th inning. But Garrett Stubbs gets an RBI single, and the Phillies are now up 5-3. See Stott run. Yeah, I thought that maybe I figured that he was out, but not by much. All Roger Clemens kids' name starts with a K. Cody Clemens. What are his other kids' names? Just want to remind you guys, if you guys are just tuning in for the very first time, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Who are you? What are you doing on here? Why am I tuning into you? Well, you're tuning into me because first of all, I'm doing my job. We started this channel about 4 months ago, and we've been calling baseball games. We've been calling Phillies, we've been calling Sixers, and we've been also calling Patriots content too. We also do some Flyers cast as well. And yeah, man. So if you guys are new, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. We've been grinding on here, man. You know, really trying to give you guys the best alternative. You know, for those of you that don't have cable, and like love watching the Phillies or just love listening to baseball announcers, you know, that type of thing. It's what we do. If you guys have bets or something, you know, and you take a bet like on the Phillies, we're on here for you guys. If you guys are interested in broadcasting, like I am, you know, this is what I'm doing. You know, I want to open this up to all you guys and build a family on here. So, T Breezy. What's up, T Breezy? Good job, bro. Thank you. I really appreciate it, dude. I seriously appreciate it, my guy. It's cool. You guys are really lucky because this is I know that we're just going to continue to build the family. So you don't want to miss out. You really don't. And that's why you should definitely subscribe, because then you'll get notifications on when I do go live. And if you enjoy my play-by-play commentary, if it's factual, if it's descriptive, and I'm doing a good job with vivid imagery, then I'm doing my job as a storyteller. All right, CJ Cron comes up. The first pitch is lined out to left field. It was just over the glove of Trey Turner, and C.J. Cron is able to get on with a leadoff single. Yeah, got over the glove, and I don't even think Trey Turner leaped for it, did he? He didn't. He thought he had it. Trey Turner actually thought he had the baseball, and it literally just within milliseconds got right by him. Not even kidding. 5-3, the Phillies lead in the bottom of the 8th inning against the Colorado Rockies. Who's Jeff Hoffman? Jeff Hoffman? Oh, he was just acquired by the Phillies. He was let go of, I forgot that he's in there. I'm so sorry. Thanks for letting me know about that, because I should have told you who Jeff Hoffman was. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out in the bottom of the 8th inning. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Grichuk. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Johnson and Bart are warming up in the bullpen for Colorado. Hoffman, I remember he did play for the Rockies. One ball, 2 strikes, and it's inside. So Hoffman was acquired from the Phillies by played for the Cincinnati Reds. He's 30 years old, throws right-handed, also bats right-handed. Has 2 strikeouts on the season, and has only pitched in 1 inning over the last 7 days. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Grichuk goes down swinging at a slider that was down low and outside for strike 3. And there's 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. That slider had a lot of really good movement to it. Cron hit was ruled to an E6. Wow. I mean, that was a bullet that was hit over towards Trey. And should he have had it? I don't know. Thanks for double-checking that with me. All right, so Garrett Stubbs will go out there on the bump, talk things over with his pitcher. So Jeff Hoffman, he did play for the Colorado Rockies for 4 years. Actually, 5 seasons. He started off his career back in 2016. And, was really more of just a ground ball type of a pitcher. He was a starting pitcher, though, for them for a little bit of time. Then he played in 2021 and in 2022 with the Cincinnati Reds. And then he was let go, and the Phillies picked him up. And he's getting more playing time because Alvarado is injured. First pitch in this at-bat is taken for a ball inside and low. So Ryan McMahon is up. He's representing the tying run. The 1-0 pitch by Hoffman. Outside and high for ball 2. Ryan McMahon's been playing really good defense over at third base. I just figured out with OBS. Oh my gosh. There you go, dude. 2-0 pitch. That's lined out to right field. That's going to go all the way towards the wall. And rounding second base and going over to third base is C.J. Cron. And Bryson Stott gets the cutoff. And that's going to go as a 1-out double by Ryan McMahon, who continues to rake against the Phillies. He really does. He's been incredible throughout the series. So the tying run is now over at second base, and there's runners over at second and third as Cron is over at third. That pitch just got right through the hole. It was a line drive that got between Cody Clemens and Bryson Stott towards the right field side. And now Tavar comes up, and he'll ground that one over to second base. The throw over to first is in plenty of time, but the run does come home. And it's now a 5-4 game as C.J. Cron comes in to score. And we have a runner over at third base, and that is Ryan McMahon. So that's going to go down as an RBI ground out. And, well, that's exactly why the Phillies needed to get home that insurance run by Garrett Stubbs. Because now it's a 5-4 game. Here's Alan Trejo, who hit a sacrifice fly back in the second inning to give the Rockies their first run. Now the tying run's over at third, and the first pitch is a 97-mile-per-hour fastball that was right down the middle. All right, so it's 5-4, bottom of the 8th inning, 2 outs, and McMahon's over at third. Hoffman winds up, and the pitch, swing and a miss by Trejo. That was down low and outside. Way outside. And Trejo goes fishing after the slider. In the 9th inning for the Phillies, they will have Turner, Harper, and Castellanos coming up to lead things off. The 0-2 laid off by Trejo as the pitch was outside and low, a cutter at 88 miles per hour. So Doyle's on deck. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Hoffman gets set, winds up, and delivers the 1-2. Ground ball foul down the third base line. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. And again, McMahon's over at third base. He's representing the tying run. Phillies won game 1 of this series, 6-3. They're up 5-4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 1-2 pitch by Hoffman, way up high, a 98-mile-per-hour fastball that was nowhere near the strike zone. And that makes it a 2-2 count. I mean, Hoffman just released that pitch really, really high. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Hoffman gets the strikeout, a 98-mile-per-hour fastball right down Broad Street. And we go to the top of the 9th inning as the Phillies are up 5-4. But the Rockies do get a run back on an RBI groundout by Tavar. And the Phillies lead at 5-4 as we go to the top of the 9th. Oh, boy. Important insurance run. We want more. We want more, man. That's all we want. That insurance run was definitely important, though. Inning update was taking care of the wife as she walked from work and surprising her with. What did you surprise her with? If you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to like. Do not forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon as well, so that way you know when I upload or whenever I go live. We do Phillies cast. We do Sixers cast as well. We'll be on for tomorrow's Game 7. And, yeah, man, I'm really nervous about tomorrow. But I encourage you all to join, man. We'll be doing a whole lot of play-by-play, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So even if you're watching the game, If you don't want to listen to the announcers, turn them down and turn me up. You know what I'm saying? I will tune in for sure. Surprising Jody with a Mother's Day gift. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Tell her I said hi. She seems like she's very lovely. I'm sure she is, because that's your wife, of course. And tune in as JJ and of Snowman will collab. Yes, we will. We will definitely collab sometime during the summer for sure. We will. We're definitely going to do that. We got 41 people on here, man. That is pretty sick. Can't believe it. Alrighty, we go to the top of the 9th inning. And also don't forget to like. I don't know if I mentioned that. If you guys are watching me on Facebook Live, on Twitter, on Twitch, I don't forget about you guys. You guys are a part of the family too. We have over 100 followers now on Facebook Live. So we've been doing this for 4 months, man. And we've hit 365 on YouTube. And yeah, pretty happy about that. More and more content to come. Every day, man. It's like working out. Trey Turner will lead things off in the top of the 9th for the Phillies. And the first pitch is taken for a called strike. It was a curveball at 82 miles per hour. So Pierce Johnson on the bump. He has a 4.4 ERA, 6 saves in 6 opportunities, 22 strikeouts, 9 walks allowed in 14 1/3 of an inning. And the 0-1 is fouled back towards the screen by Trey Turner. If the chat is rocking, don't come a knocking. It's funny. So Turner today's 0 for 3, but he did walk back in the first. The 0-2 pitch, outside and high for a ball. Johnson just missed that spot. It was a 96 mile per hour four-seam fastball. Phillies are up 5-4 in the top of the 9th inning. On deck is Bryce Harper, the 1-2. It's popped up towards foul territory on the first base side, and it will just go into the second row of the dugout. And look at that! Look, a little kid is wearing a Chiefs sweater. Was able to get the baseball, and well, there's a souvenir, a Trey Turner foul ball. It's a pretty good souvenir, if I'd say so myself. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson gets set. Gets the signs from Diaz, winds up, and delivers the 1-2. Outside and low for ball 2. That was another fastball at 96 on the gun. How about the Yankees? They won 9-8 today against the Tampa Bay Rays. It's a pretty big game. 2-2 pitch. Laid off again. Curveball that was at 85 miles per hour. And it was outside and low. Blue Jays, they beat the Braves today 5-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff pitch. Outside for ball 4, and Trey Turner gets on for his second walk on the day. Pretty good take by Turner. And he'll lead off the top of the 9th inning with a walk. Phillies coming into today, they're 19-19. But they have been playing very good baseball as of lately. They've won their last 4 games in a row. Bryce Harper is up at the plate. Throw back over to first to get Turner is not in time. Turner did steal for second base back in the first inning. And he was able to get the first run home. It was on the RBI single by Castellanos. First pitch to Bryce Harper, coming right up. Johnson gets set, winds up, and delivers the first pitch, which is outside and high, a 96 mile per hour fastball. It just missed the plaque. Slow start for the MLB season. Tampa is the clear-cut favorite. I agree, man. But I still think that the Astros are the team to beat. But I could see the Rays, though. The 1-0. Swing and a miss by Bryce Harper. That was a fastball that was on the upper third part of the strike zone. But the Rays are really good. They really are. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. And the pitch. That's fouled back towards the screen. Don't forget, if you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and make sure that you come on tomorrow afternoon for the Sixers Game 7. We won't be doing the Phillies game tomorrow afternoon because we got Sixers basketball. It's the, as I like to call it, the Super Bowl for the Sixers in a lot of ways. 1-2 pitch to Harper. High fly ball out to right field. Goodbye home run by Bryce Harper. That was a missile hit out to right field, and as soon as he hit it, he squared it up perfectly, and it hit the second row, and it's a 7-4 ball game. Ay, ay, ay. What a shot by Bryce Harper. It was a fastball right down the middle. It went about 430 feet or so, 114 miles per hour off the bat. And that is how you get some insurance runs. Man, he just lifted that thing up, and as soon as it was hit, goodbye baseball. 7-4, Castellanos is up at the plate now, and he'll take the first pitch up high for a ball. Larry called it. Larry should win the lottery for calling that. That was pretty awesome. The 1-0 pitch to Castellanos. He fouls that one back. Castellanos today is 3 for 4. He has singled 3 times. Harper looking at some of the fans. I don't know what was going on. I think that there was a little bit quiet. 1-1 pitch. It was out inside and high. Yeah, so as soon as he was rounding in the home plate, he was looking at some of the fans there, and I don't know. It was interesting. 2-1 pitch to Castellanos. It's outside for ball 3. So the Phillies lead at 7-4. There's still nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. Castellanos has singled 3 times today. He had an RBI single back in the first and also scored a run as well. The 3-1 outside for ball 4, and Castellanos gets on with a walk. That is the 4th time that he has gotten on base tonight. So a walk issued by Johnson, and then he gave up a 2-run home run, and another walk issued. Turner got on with a walk. Harper hit the 2-run home run, and that makes him 2 for 4 on the day. Well, Bud Black is going to come out there, and I believe that that's going to be it. They might keep him out there. Yep, they will. All right, so it's 7-4 Philadelphia in the top of the 9th inning, and that'll bring up Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber had a Schwar bomb last night. It was back in the 6th inning. The 7th inning, I should say. Phillies scored 3 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th of last night's game. Alec Bohm had a solo home run to start off that 7th inning, and Schwarber had a 2-run homer. Schwarber batting in the 5 spot today. Still nobody out in the first pitch. That was taken right down Broad Street for a called strike. A 97-mile-per-hour fastball. And again, in case you guys are tuning into my channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon as well. The 0-1, swing and a miss on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. That was just a little bit up high. I think we can get to 370 by the end of tonight. I really do. 370 subscribers. Definitely sub it up, man. Sub it up and like it up. Hit the thumbs up button. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down button. I won't stop you. The 0-2. It's fouled back towards the screen as Schwarber just got a piece of the 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Schwarber tonight's 0 for 3. He walked in the first. He was one of 4 players by the Phillies to walk in the first inning. As Ryan Feltner was on the bump, he left the game with a shoulder injury after getting hit by A line drive by Nick Castellanos. The 0-2. It's taken inside and low for a ball. And also, if you just subscribe to my channel, don't forget, you can totally shout yourself out. I don't always get the notifications on my YouTube channel, so if you shout yourself out, I'll shout you out. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a high. Geez, fastball that was way up high, and Schwarber is retired for the 4th time today. And there is out number 1 in the top of the 9th. Bohm is 1 for 4. He had the 2-run single back in the first, and he is due up at the plate now. This will be his 5th at-bat. Johnson with 21 pitches, and the 22nd pitch was a high fastball that Bohm just swung on and missed at. Someone just subbed. Yes, I saw that. They didn't shout themselves out, though. I don't know who it was. But if you shout yourself out, oh well. The 0-1, a little dribbler back over to shortstop to throw over the second. There's one. The throw back over to first is in time for a 6-4-3 double play. But the Phillies, they get some more insurance. Cure Auto Insurance on a 2-run home run by Bryce Harper. And they go to the bottom of the 9th inning at 7-4. It would be Cure Auto Insurance if Kyle Schwarber would have hit the home run. But, oh well. All right, so Bohm grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Who's going to pitch the bottom of the 9th will be Craig Kimbrell. Go Astros. What's up, man? Texas. I think that you must have been one of the subscribers. So if it is you, I really appreciate it. Why close, or who closes? Or come on, Phils, just 3 more outs. Just 3 more outs, Steven says. And he's right. We just need 3 more outs. Who closes, Soto, Kimbrell, or Sir Anthony? Good question for everybody. Who would you want closing this game? I'm going to say that I'm going to give Craig Kimbrell the night off. T. Breezy. Thank you. I appreciate it. I saw that you were on here just a little bit ago. Shout out to T. Breezy, man. T. Breezy is the man. You know why? Because he just subscribed to my channel, and he likes my content. If you guys like my content, I'm just saying. Subscribe. Sir Anthony. Yep. I don't blame Rob Thomson for going with Sir Anthony. I really don't. Craig Kimbrell, I think that he'll be available tomorrow, and I trust him here. Actually, it's Gregory Soto. Huh. Soto's coming in, not Sir Anthony. Larry tricked me. Needs the work, got runs to score. All right, so Gregory Soto's in. He has 7 holds on the season. He has a 4.24 ERA, 21 strikeouts in 17 innings. And he's been actually pitching a lot better as of lately. Once again, if you guys have not subscribed, our goal is to get to 370 by the end of tonight. So help us try to get to our goal. That would be so awesome. All right, Gregory Soto comes in. And, well, he has to face 9-1-2 for the Rockies. As Brenton Doyle comes up, and the first pitch was way inside for a ball. Doyle is 0 for 3 tonight. He struck out twice and also grounded out. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Inside again for ball 2. Gregory Soto, the left-handed pitcher that played for the Detroit Tigers, was acquired via trade. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, man, 98 on the gun. And that was a high fastball. Just caught the upper third part of the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch again. That's fouled back towards the first base side. And it'll find the seats. 97 on the gun for Gregory Soto. You kind of figured that, I guess, that they were going to go to Soto because they used Sir Anthony and Kimbrell last night. 2-2 in the dirt for ball 3. Soto in Trooper We trust, but Jesus. And Topper. Yes. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball over to second base. Fielded on a hop by Stott. The throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 1. Honestly, I don't mind the decision. I don't, because we have a lefty coming up. I don't mind it. All right. Oh, man, 2 more subscribers. We need 2 more to reach our goal at 370, man. Jurickson Profar is up. He's batting on the right side. He's 2 for 4 today. 2 doubles and a run scored. And, well, I think that the Rob Thomson's going to go out there to talk to Soto. And is that his translator or something? Everybody goes back to their spots, but let's see what happened here. Was it the trainer? Yeah, that must have been a trainer. He was grabbing onto the left knee. That's what it was. And they go back to the dugout, and they think that he's all right, but he was grabbing onto that left knee, Gregory Soto. First pitch in this at-bat is a 98-mile-per-hour fastball to Jurickson Profar, and he fouls that one off. So keep your eye out on that. He was grabbing his right knee. The 0-1. That's a slider that was taken inside and low for a ball. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. The Phillies are up 7-4 against the Rockies. The 1-1. There's a high fly ball out to center field. Marsh, though, has plenty of room, and he'll come in to make the catch for out number 2. And that'll lead things up to Chris Bryant, the former Chicago Cub, the World Series champ himself. As always, before we get to the last out here, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe. We'll be on tomorrow for the Phillies game. Love you all so much, and I'm happy that you guys are all on here. Bryant, with the first pitch, is a ground ball over to third base. Bowman on a hop, throws over to first in plenty of time for out number 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night here in Denver, Colorado. And the Phillies have now won 5 straight games in a row. And they take the series at Coors Field, and that is incredible. Absolutely awesome. They scored 4 runs in the first inning, and that's pretty much like that. That was how their offense started, and then they were able to get an RBI single in the 8th inning by Garrett Stubbs and a 2-run home run by Bryce Harper, who once again is the player of the game. Harper had the 2-run double in last night's game to give the Phillies the lead in the 8th inning, and he comes through again by giving them some more insurance runs in the 9th. Phillies will be back on tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Ranger Suarez pitched today, and he went 4 strong innings. He allowed a couple of runs, but it was nice to see him back out there on the bump for sure. And hopefully he'll continue to, get his stride back. That would be really nice. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I want to remind you guys to make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell icon as well. I want to thank you all so much for coming on here. We will be on tomorrow. Okay, we'll be on tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Game 7. And it's Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. We call Sixers basketball. We call Phillies baseball. Cover the Patriots as well and the Flyers. And we started this channel about 4 months ago. I really appreciate you all for coming on here. And I love you all so much. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope to see you all back on here tomorrow afternoon. I better see you all back out on here unless you're spending Mother's Day with your mom and you're having a really good time, or with your loved ones. Definitely spend the day with them, because that is a good thing to do. Family is important. All right, Lila Tov, everybody. I will catch you all on the next one. All right, love you all.